She said it with a smirk, the kind that belonged to a queen pronouncing a death sentence. "You have no other choice." The words dropped like a stone into the silence, and for a moment, the whole room seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see if I would flinch. But I didn't. I stood still in the kitchen I had renovated with my own hands, the one she now used like a stage, sipping red wine while thumbing messages to her lover. I looked at her, really looked, at the sharp, elegant angles of a woman who had long forgotten how to be soft, at the twisted curl of her lips, that smug expression carved by months of quiet betrayal. She thought she had me cornered, thought I'd beg, grovel, shatter right there on the floor where we used to dance barefoot in the early days. But she had forgotten who I was before I became what she needed. I used to skip lunch just to save pennies for the down payment on our first home, worked double shifts while she floated through interior design school, painted the nursery one-handed while cradling our newborn daughter in the other. I built her the life she liked to flaunt to her friends, brick by brick, paycheck by paycheck. She wanted stability, I gave it. She wanted dreams, I bankrolled them. She always wanted more, and I never asked for applause, just loyalty. But loyalty is a quiet thing until it disappears. It didn't start with a fight. It started with absence, not the loud kind, but the cold, brittle silence that crept into everything. Compliments slowly gave way to criticism. Late nights turned into emergency meetings. Her touch grew scarce. If I asked if something was wrong, she'd roll her eyes. The anniversary gift I'd saved months to buy was met with laughter and a shrug. She scoffed at how I spoke to our son. "You're too soft," she said. "But at least you're good for bills." Jokes like that always carry a bitter core of truth. So I listened, and what I heard tore something inside me. But my breaking didn't come with shouting. It didn't arrive when I found the messages or saw them hand in hand outside a hotel. Not even when she chuckled over a glass of wine and joked about how clueless I'd been. No, my breaking came when our daughter looked up at me with those wide, searching eyes and asked, "Why does Mom smile more when you're not home?" That was it. That was the moment the line snapped. I didn't scream. I didn't storm out. Instead, I stayed up late, drove through the night in silence. I worked longer hours, but not for money. I was building something again. This time, it was a case. I collected every message, every receipt, every lie. I met with a lawyer, not just any lawyer, but the kind who knows how to dismantle a narcissist's empire without leaving fingerprints. I planned each step like I once planned our life, methodically, patiently, with precision. I let her keep thinking I was the weak one. Let her smirk. Let her gloat. Let her underestimate me. That was the plan. And then one morning, while she sat in leggings beside her packed overnight bag, scrolling through her phone, I handed her a thick envelope. She laughed until her eyes skimmed the contents. Her smile faded. "Full custody awarded to me. The house mine. No alimony." Turns out infidelity, when proven with digital records, security footage, and corroborating witnesses, changes everything. Her so-called freedom came with a cost she never calculated. She screamed, threw things, cried, then she begged, but I wasn't angry anymore. I was done. She asked through sobs, "How could you do this to me?" I looked at her calmly, steady as stone, and said, "You taught me how. Now, there's peace in this house, the kind you earn. My daughter sleeps through the night without waking in tears. My son laughs without flinching, his shoulders no longer tense. From walking on eggshells, sometimes they study me with cautious eyes, as if afraid I might disappear too. But I don't. I stay, not just in presence, but in every way that matters. I cook, I listen, I show up, I protect. I love not with words, but with consistency. As for her, I barely hear her name now. She moved in with the man she gambled everything for. It didn't last. He was in love with the chase, not the responsibility. Now she lives alone, in a modest rented flat on the other side of town. No car, a few fading friendships. Just a story she tells herself to sleep at night. I don't hate her. Hate is too heavy, too consuming. She no longer deserves that kind of space in me. I gave her everything I had, and in the end, she gave me something unexpected. Myself. Some nights when the house is quiet and the hallway lights are dim, I catch my reflection in the mirror. I see the man I used to be, the one she never bothered to know, the one I nearly lost. And I nod to him not because he was loud, not because he fought with fire, but because he waited. He endured, and when the time came, he rose not to forgive, but to finish what needed finishing. She said I had no other choice, and she was right. But what she never understood was neither did she.